it useful by solving the design aspect. And then the entire spectrum, it's very fascinating that your work, you do both on the sides of how do you make these systems useful, and then take it all the way down to the spectrum is saying it's useful, but it's going to begin to, turn Skynet on you sometime soon. So how do you actually solve that, right? So
Yeah, and I think so. There's a kind of a philosophical stance on it, and it goes all the way back to almost founding of computer science or the computational sciences, where there are these two branches early on. One you can call augmentation, and the other was automation, right? So the augmentation essentially deals with creating this computational support for helping people do what they currently do. So not replace them, but to
yeah,
augment. So there are things that machines are really good at, humans are not. But the things are still human oriented. There are still human tasks, and so using machines to augment our abilities. So that's one kind of branch. And the other branch is automation, which is essentially replacing humans for doing certain tasks. Right? And again, you can see the need for that too. There are things that humans are doing. Maybe you can argue that uh, humans could be better used for something else. Let's replace them with robots or other things, right? But these are sort of these two branches, and almost like a philosophical differences now that are becoming more pronounced, right? As we think about these systems, are we thinking of them as more of an augmentation or more of an automation? Are they here to add to what we are currently doing or replace what we're doing, right? And I think that's what a lot of this ethical boundaries you see.
yeah, no, I agree. In fact, like this was like I always used to believe that AI should have been AI shouldn't. There's nothing artificial about artificial intelligence. It's very innate, right? And it's in the fact that I think AI should have been augmented intelligence because that's what the commercial slash enterprise applications. More of the workflows you see outside of things like completely full self driving cars and fully autonomous robots and stuff like that. Most of the application is best served when you apply it towards augmenting an augmentation of human beings, right? And on the other hand, like you said, like and you did sound a little bit like out of the George Orwell's thing about saying there are better things that humans can be put to use for. No, I'm kidding. But the other idea is like we live in a world where the information explosion is so much that I mean, the humans are what 200,000 years old, like our entire humankind. We haven't really expanded I mean, the brain hasn't really changed over that time to take in all of that inputs. So, what the opportunity with all this intelligence thing is for, perceiving, for, understanding and calculations and stuff like that, it is to really have that augmentation around you to extend your human spectrum, right? So, I think that's the huge opportunity here.